The US and China are trading accusations of using spy balloons as more questions are raised about the objects shot down over North America in recent days. China claims more than 10 US high-altitude balloons have flown in its airspace over the past year without its permission. Washington's denied the accusation. Let's get the latest from the US. North America correspondent Barbara Miller joins us now from Washington. Good morning to you, Barbara. Well, the White House has been giving an update on the 3 objects shot down in recent days. What have they had to say?
That's right. And first of all, they did again deny, as you said, that they were flying balloons in Chinese airspace. John Kirby, the National Security Council spokesman, was asked again about whether there were any other surveillance aircraft in Chinese airspace, including, for example, over Taiwan. He said that wasn't the case. Now, in terms of these 3 objects, and it can be hard to keep track, there was the initial suspected Chinese spy balloon that was shot down over South Carolina round about 10 days ago. Then over the past 3 days, we've had these 3 objects off Alaska, over the Yukon in Canada, and over Michigan. He says that they're still trying to recover debris from those 3 objects. Now, they're calling these objects and not balloons. They don't really know what they are, and they said it's going to be some time before they do. These are all in pretty remote areas where they've come down, and John Kirby was saying that it's going to be very difficult to access them. The White House has, however, Lisa, seen the need to clarify that there was no indication of any alien or extraterrestrial activity. Now, that's because a senior commander was asked about that after the latest downing and said that he wasn't ruling anything out. So John Kirby couldn't really say what these objects are. He batted away speculation about the shape of one of the objects, saying, it was difficult for the pilots in the air to see exactly what they were shooting down. And he said, though, that one reason why suddenly we've had this flurry of shooting downs was perhaps because they've tweaked the radar since the Chinese spy balloon or alleged spy balloon was first shot down.
They have modified the filters and the gains, as we call it, of the radar capabilities to look more discreetly at high altitude, small radar cross section, and low speed objects. And so if you do that, anybody that's operated a radar will know you can set the parameters, and if you set the parameters in such a way that to look for a certain something, it's more likely that you're going to find a certain something.
The Biden administration's been under increasing pressure over these incidents. So how did the White House spokesman address that?
Well, he tried to address it, saying that, the president has been briefed on Chinese surveillance activities from the beginning, that the administration is being as transparent as it can be, and that they are briefing members of Congress, a lot of Republicans in particular demanding more briefings on what is going on. But I think really this latest update hasn't really answered many of the questions that many Americans have, never mind members of Congress. Will we now see more of these incidents happening? We've had 3 in 3 days. What does that mean? John Kirby wasn't really able to answer that, saying he didn't want to get ahead of events. They're certainly not tracking any object right now, he said. But the administration, I think, in a difficult spot, having taken this quite dramatic action, the first time they've ever shot down an airborne object, and now they've done it 4 times this month. And so I think still a lot of questions for the White House to answer on this.